Welcome everyone, this is Fine Deals and you're listening to LOTRO Players News, where we take a look at Jesus and LOTRO, and here at LOTRO Players. And this week we have with us, Sanswinda,
Hello.
Guarendis,
Hello, everyone.
Calabathian,
Olay!
and Krister.
Hello.
Hello everyone, and this week we actually have news. How's that for a change?
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes, we'll begin that we have the Midsummer Festival is open now, and this will be running up until July 11th at 3 a.m. And that, of course, is server time. And it has all the usual things that you have at a Midsummer Festival, at least in the ones for the recent years, and that, of course, is the Wedding Festival.
And, very emo Rivendell people who will
No. Emo Elrond.
Yes, emo Elrond.
The brothers were fine with it. They're like, we're going to stay around and tease our little sister for a while.
And then
Dad, on the
Elrond,
other hand,
yeah, Dad's totally like, my heart cannot sing this day or any other day. Doom.
Yeah. I'm going to have to leave Middle-earth completely now.
You will have to do that anyway. Quit throwing a guilt trip on everybody.
nothing like your mother-in-law calling you to task.
Yeah. Your mother-in-law like just kind of rolling her eyes going, oh, get over yourself, please.
Yes, and Saintstone has posted a Midsummer Festival guide that goes over the various items that you have here, how to get started, such as all the locations where you catch a ride in order to get to Minas Tirith Midsummer, because this is a special version of Minas Tirith that you're at here, because you certainly don't want to have this wedding taking place at full-fledged right after the war is over Minas Tirith, because things were pretty
Yes, we
bad
want
then.
to go to Minas Tirith in better days.
In better days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Should have seen it in better days. Well,
we
now
did.
Now you can see it in better days, and the place is actually populated as opposed to having only a few soldiers here and there.
And it's like all the ash has been swept up. It's great.
So great, yeah. And they also have all the locations where the various quests are. And, well, of course, the festival quests that are outside of Minas Tirith on top of that, as well as some pictures of the new rewards that we have this year. So a full set of all the things that you could do there. But I've heard a rumor that we'll be discussing later on perhaps a even more thorough guide. But that would be after we finish up with the official game news. And the second thing that we have is that there is an issue with the account creation system. So they had to disable the account disable system until they are able to resolve the issue.
We are currently keeping Sans sedated until it's over.
Well, no, it's
New
accounts.
accounts.
It's not characters. The problem is that she's ran out of slots.
I have three.
Okay.
I have three.
That I have to keep her calm until
This
the next.
is how we can tell how busy Sans has really been. She still has 3.
Right?
And finally, Deco de Malou has their housing contest number 13, where they will be, of course, asking you to create your best decorated houses. And it has been a long time since we've walked together through the personal premium houses of Middle-earth, isn't it? And it is the first time that the competition will feature Erebor houses, and that they can't wait to see what you've managed to do with those. So they're announcing the Housing Week For
about to say-
Miller, it's number 13 for personal premium houses.
I was about to say it's going to be kind of a tough thing because all the houses in Erebor have, some kind of gold pile. And I'm like, how do you choose? So much gold.
So much gold. Enough gold to bribe the judges with?
Yes.
Yes. So you get the full details over at the Deco de Blue website. And please note that that you can send your entries now through Sunday, July 3rd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And full rules, things what you need to know about votes, jury, rewards, and all that stuff is on their website. So with that done, it is time for us to head into the store sales. Krister, what's on sale this week?
Mister.
Why are you calling on me? Look at what just happened. Look at what you made me do.
You are totally doing that on purpose.
I'm in an awkward situation now. Okay, I guess I just have to talk through it. Okay, so store sales. Prepare for battle. Get 25% off stat tones, regeneration food, run speed boosts, attack damage boosts now through June 23rd. Wait, okay. Weekly coupon is for free universal ingredient packs times 10. Coupon code is Pack of Fun. Is that a I or an exclamation point? Or is
I
that
think
a backslash?
it's an I.
Okay, so Pack of Fun I. PACKOFUNI. And that is also now through June 23rd.
Yes, that's an I because it means ingredients for the I there. So
That really makes sense.
Thinking pack of funny, obviously. I didn't know universal ingredient packs were so amusing. It's a pack of funny.
Let's then head into our website pick of the week. And Guarendis, what did you pick?
Fiber Jedi's Midsummer Festival Guide. The one on the forum is perfectly serviceable for getting you started, but I think that FJ has thought of anything you might have had a question about, and he has covered it in this guide. There's going to be a link on the LOTRO Players news website for the notes for this podcast.
All right, thank you, Guarendis. So, let's then head into our week in gaming. Calabathian, what were you up to?
Well, all of my champion Cassowary's traceries are teal and gold for his weapon and his rune.
Ooh.
Congrats.
Yes. They're completely maxed out as well. Yep. And now I have to switch them all up to be T2 ready. Because of course I do. And that's going to take, I've got to pull, I've got to rearrange them. I've got to pull them off and, kind of switch them around because I then have to get my other two-handed ready for Yellow Line. And I have to get the champion himself, one or two of his virtues done, which I didn't do. So they're sitting at like 0 of 80 for levels. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Ah, yes, Deeding in the Shire. But I don't know. I don't think the Shire has that many. But so there's going to be plenty there to do. Speaking of which, my second highest character, Celevorn, is my crafter, and he was sitting at Eastamnet, and he is a scholar. So I got help from lots of people in Ploy, getting my scholar mats to craft my way up very quickly because I had speed 'em ups and everything. From Eastamnet to Gundabad in Scholar in order to create some essences for myself, for my gear, because I'm not fully geared out either. I'm doing the best I can with that. And I'm still not quite there yet because I've got to get the materials to make some of those essences. But I am now a fully crafted scholar, but apparently some of the stuff you can't make unless you're gilded. And so I went back to Rivendell and started my guild quests on him today, and I'm up to apprentice now, and that's going to take some time, but we're working on it. And also, we did T1 on Friday with some pickups. I don't mean the car vehicle. That would have been, vroom. I think we could have gotten through some of the trash mobs much easier if we had
Imagine
driven
the
into them with
damage.
Yeah, it's like, let's drive into this trash mob with a Ford F-150 Super Duty. And we're hanging out the back shooting. It would have been totally okay. But it was the fastest time, apparently, our group has done it yet. It was under an hour. And if not the fastest, then one of the fastest. We did get some of that. And then of course, we were told that we actually should be doing T1 in 30 minutes. And I was just like, let me have the joy, please.
Can I just be happy for a moment? Can you let me savor this for just a second, please?
So yes. Krister, how about you? How was your week?
Well, I was thinking about you talking about you upgrading your weapon, and I was very disappointed that LOTRO can't support like the cosmetically your upgrade. So like your shovel gets bigger, it's got a bigger and bigger shovel face, and then eventually it becomes like a snow shovel, and then pretty soon you just have like a tractor shovel mounted on a stump or something.
Yes, it's like, this is a backhoe, okay? Smack.
Yeah, so like you said, it was really quiet last night. So we did get a pug together go. However, and two of the guys that pugged with us, I think, were, raiders, because they were both just flew right through it. And so, like Calabathian said, we finished it in record time for us. And then we're promptly told, oh well, I mean, for losers this is good, but for actual human beings, regular people, this was abysmal. You guys should be ashamed of yourself.
But but honestly, with that, the two guys, the people that we picked up, 2 or 3, I can't remember now, but I guess they were raiders, because we were sitting here like, okay, so we're going to do this, and they would just like run ahead, like vroom, and start hitting, and we're like, oh no, quickly, they started it.
Yeah, it just got to the point where it's like, because one of them wasn't on Discord with us, so if he ran in, then we just had to adapt our tactics around the X Factor,
Adapt or die.
But the good news is, I mean, they were the guys that we picked up were really good. So we did have a really good quick run last night, which is really cool. And then I finally, I didn't. It wasn't that it was like, oh, the card game and ESO, blah blah blah. But I finally played it, and I'm horribly addicted. So my exploding orc has hung up his death sword and has now put on a smoking jacket and just spends all day in a gambling house. So. But on the other hand, my Templar, I've been leveling him up, and I just cosmetically converted him into a super extra shiny C-3PO. He looks extremely fancy. So I'll have to show you guys that sometime. And then, as usual, I have to start, ever since I was a kid playing with Legos, I have to return to building stuff from time to time. So now I've opened Starship Evo up yet again, and I'm working on some starships. So what'd you get up to?
Well, in LOTRO, we had marching practice for Festival of the White Ladies Parade. It took place this past weekend. Hopefully we don't forget it all by the 26th. Yes, and we are having the Festival of the White Lady. Knights of the White Lady is one of the oldest LGBTQ kins in the game. I mean, we're almost as old as the game. We're celebrating our 15th anniversary this year. Also, that's going to be a step-off time in South Bree on Landerval on the 26th at noon. There will be music provided by the Lonely Mountain Band. There will be also members of Mardi Gras Party are going to be there providing music too. And then we're probably going to go and hang out with the Anduni Ensemble afterwards. But if you would like to participate, we would be glad to have you. Meanwhile, my Valor Brawler, Sedessa, did hit 140 today, trying to be a well-rounded character. I did the in-league initiation and the Ale Association initiation, and then I was wanting to do the deliveries to try to up the rep, and I have not done that before on a character that wasn't a hunter, so got a little bit of help, had to unlock some stables and for Kel because they are rep blocked. You can't have swift travel otherwise, but managed to get that done. She's also done a lot of festivaling and is working on getting as many of the fireworks as she can. Because, the being almost done with the Gundabad missions rep is no biggie. You gotta have all the dances, which I also got this week. I've been very busy since Thursday when it went live. In ESO, I ran a dungeon with some of the usual suspects here present, and did lots of dailies to level the new companions. And I won some gold hanging out in Yuki's stream this week, as in like a million gold giveaway. So I bought Gardener House. Yeah, sorry, it's already gone. It's already gone. I bought a house. I bought Gardener House in Wayrest because I've been doing all these dailies and being able to pop back to Wayrest really quickly to turn in the Mages Guild and the Undaunted and the Fighters Guild. Not to mention, it's just right there by where you turn in the Master Writs. I'm very happy with this purchase. I haven't done a whole lot with the inside of it yet, but yeah, I bought a house. I just wish I could afford a house in real life. Anyway, since Window, what did you get up to?
Well, I did some questing in Moria and in Forkel. The well exerted some influence on my questing in Moria, but not too much, I don't think.
It's the siren song.
Right. And then in Forkel, mostly managed to stay out of the water. And yeah, that was fun. And then we did in an A-League run, and I was really having to figure out Stable Masters again, because, I could have sworn Hrimbark sent you to Rivendell, but it didn't this time. And I could have sworn that for years we jumped down to Hrimbark and went to Rivendell. So that was a little bit annoying. And then, of course, I didn't have Rivendell unlocked because they changed the Stable Masters since I last did in an A-League run. And then I had to go figure out how to unlock swift travel to some of the other Stable Masters that were new. Like the one in Hobbiton. And so, yeah, it was interesting. It felt a little clunkier than I expected. But it was fun. And felt a little bit bad, again, for the poor dwarf at Thrassy's Lodge who saved the worst for last. But, oh well. He made his choices, I guess. And yeah, that was pretty much what I did in LOTRO. And so I found all the leads for the ring I want to run fast. And I started working on digging them up. So that's been fun. I am one more to dig up and then I'll have the ring, I think.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
I'm really excited. And then I got an apartment in Final Fantasy XIV in Ishgard, and promptly tried to dye my chocobo purple by feeding it the special foods, and it ended up corpse blue. Little
close.
Yeah, not quite what I was going for. It was actually kind of cute, but it took 2 tries to make a purple chocobo, so that was my adventure there. How was your week, Pineleaf?
For my week, I'll begin with my honor warden, who headed into that lovely city, Minas Morgul, where, of course, I was down on the first level where you have all those orcs of the 2 factions getting ready to fight each other, and I finished up the week running the harrowing so that now all those orcs are fighting each other. Usual problem on that. Oh, of course, it's a problem for the orcs. Not a problem for us at all. I finished up on that. Then in DDO, I headed into the Feywild, where I ran a few of the quests there. And after that, when I hit level 7, I ran the prelude for Isle of Dread, because Isle of Dread is coming out next week, barring any unforeseen circumstances. And I want to have my character nice and ready to jump into that storyline.
Are you ever actually ready for any place that is called the Isle of Dread?
Well, there is that little bit of a problem that we're going to have while we're going to be there. Any place that's going to be filled with raptors that want to have you for lunch, for example. And I have a feeling that there's almost a guarantee that we're going to run into at least one T-Rex or some similar nasty while we're there. Because what is a dinosaur island without a T-Rex in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would know that because we totally went and saw Jurassic World Dominion today.
So you're saying no Jurassic World is complete, or okay. I suppose that it's a
no dinosaur
thing.
No dinosaur world is complete, or island is complete without a T-Rex.
Well, you might be able to get away with an Allosaurus just to instead, but there's certain
it's like a poor man's T-Rex though.
Well, there is that little detail. And in ESO, I completed the final companion quest for Isabel. And what I really thought was funny is that when you finish that quest and you're at the very, very highest stages of rapport with her, the message that tries to describe how she feels about you is she likes you more than saltwater taffy.
Well, considering what she feels like about sweets, I guess it's a compliment.
Yes. That is the thing, is that fact that they've been setting it up, this entire thing about how much she loves sweets. So I could just imagine someone's thinking, yes, this is going to be the punchline to that entire thing. She likes you more than saltwater taffy. So that's what we got on there. So I'm finally a full rep on that. I've done all the quests. And that's interesting, considering it took me a little bit less than 2 weeks to get full rep. Well, actually, there might be a little bit above that on there. I don't know if there's another message on it, but I've got all the quests on it. I have her now as have the household guest for her. So I've finished up all the quests in there. So it took me a little bit under 2 weeks to do this. And on Bastion, I've only unlocked one, well, the original quest, which you get him, and one quest after that. I still have 2 more quests to go with him. So you're saying it took me a year to get that far with Bastion. I got to Isabel in 2 weeks. It shows you how the difference in how much I've been playing with her compared to how much I've been playing with Bastion over the last year.
Bastion wants to look up at the sky too much, and sometimes it's even like when you're in the middle of a fight and you're not wanting him to be dead on the ground, but he's dead on the ground. I don't know what's up with him. But anyway, stop with the dirt naps. Get up.
Well, there is that with Bastion also. So I finished that up and also played some cards and things like that. And that is it for my week in gaming.
Wait. Were you playing cards with Krister's character?
Let's just say there was a clash of wills.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Who was the victor of this clash?
Well, actually, we had 2 games.
I think we call it tie.
So it was a tie.
So there was a third person playing, and they won.
We were both defeated by someone else. No, we went 1-1, so it was a pretty good exchange.
Yeah, a little bit of an exchange there. And that's it for my week in gaming. So let's look at our news beyond LOTRO, where Darren Loremaster has another of his poems starting a new series of articles, and this one is on the Necromancer. O Necromancer, lodged in Dol Guldur, what sorceries, what devilry or spell do you summon your evil beasts to lure them into the greenwood? Turning into Hell Greenwood the Great, where sylvan bowers stood, and green elves danced with feast and merry play, but now is known as the darkened Mirkwood. You hope to drive the greenwood elves away? Inside your prison cells, whom do you keep away from sunlight, tortured to disclose what secrets you would know, that you would sleep the sounder, laying plans against your foes? Do you yet fear someone will find you out? Gandalf the Grey did penetrate again into your dismal dungeons, as about his business he did go. Not if, but when he brings to light your true identity, you will be forced, you know it, to fly back to Mordor as you strive to see how you may conquer, and your power thereby reclaim. If only you could find the ring, no power on earth could stop you. No, nothing. And that is the Necromancer of Dol Guldur. We currently have 14 supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to join this illustrious rate of players and help support LOTRO players, you can go to the donations page. You can support the Players Alliance on Patreon. Your money will be used for podcast hosting, website hosting, and to pay for our live shows. If you'd like to send us an email, you can send it to podcast@lotraplayers.com. You can also follow us at Twitter. The Players Alliance at Players Alliance, Lotra Players at Lotra Players, Arendis at Arendis, Pineleaf at Pineleaf Needles, Senswinda at Senswinda, Terry Adwin at Terry Adwin, Guarendis at Guarendis, Calabathian at Calabathian, and Krister at Entropy Engine 1. The Players Alliance has 2 shows. On Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we have DDO Players News, so we are currently on hiatus for a few weeks. So we will be back shortly on there. And on Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have LOTRO Players News. You get yours for our shows at lotraplayers.com/live. And that's all for tonight, then. This is Pipe Needles reminding you to skirmish responsibly.